DIARIES, my Italy vlog. Today I thought I'd share what I eat in a day. So the first thing is first, I got myself a coffee, which I've been sipping on this morning. I'm not feeling too good. I was in two minds about starting this video, but I thought, you know what, let me just do it. Let's just start, see how we get on. So yeah, got myself an iced coffee to start my day. I've been going through emails. I've been off work for 2 weeks. I've been away on holiday, a very, very early summer holiday. We don't usually travel so early in the year, but this year we made an exception. Will we be doing it again? I don't think so. I just feel like May, early June is very early to travel for summer. And if you want a true sunny summer holiday, you need to go in from the end of June to like the beginning of September. Otherwise, you're not necessarily guaranteed sunny, bright, gorgeous, luscious weather. But that's a story for another day. Had a great time. Back to reality though, I must be honest, like logging back, if you work a corporate job, you will know, or any job in fact, but especially when you're away from corporate for 2 weeks, like the emails bouncing around, the amount of things you're copied in on, and I try not to get myself copied in on too much whilst I'm away, and I hand over a lot of my elements to colleagues or wrap them up. Most times wrap them up before I leave, but sometimes there's things you need to hand over. It's very, what's the word, not humbling, but when you come back to a ton of emails, like, oh my god, there's so much that's gone on and I'm just catching up. Luckily I had my phone on me, so I was checking my emails throughout the course of the last 2 weeks, which is why I almost feel like I haven't really had a proper 2 weeks off. I will get through my emails, just got to get my head down, put my glasses on and get through it. But I wanted to share what I'm eating, a true what I eat in a day kind of video, no filter, nothing like that. Keeping it real. Last night or 2 days ago when we arrived back, we ordered Deliveroo. We had burgers and chips, and I then ordered Hummingbird Bakery because I was like, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to be keeping it real, not filtering anything, just literally showing you what I eat. Someone who has a corporate job works pretty much 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 6 kind of hours, works from home majority of the time, as I am today, and someone who is trying to be healthy, make mindful choices, trying to do it consistently, and also just someone who's a bit more conscious about what I'm eating. It might inspire some of you, it might not. It might give me a kick up the backside because I do know I really do need to improve some of my eating habits, and one of them is ordering Deliveroo. I live in London where access to food, but more particularly quick food, and I don't literally mean like fast food like McDonald's, etc. I mean quick food, like you order on your phone and you receive it within 20 minutes. That can sometimes be a blessing and a curse at the same time. Blessing because when you're in need and you need food, it's great. But when you're being lazy and you end up ordering Deliveroo after Deliveroo after Deliveroo after, it can get very, one, expensive. Like, who knew Deliveroo was so expensive? But two, sometimes unhealthy. Now, I do try to make mindful choices, but sometimes that is hard. And yeah, so that's something I'm trying to cut down. We're trying to cut down as a household, and we've said to ourselves to cut it down to once a week. So let's see how it goes. There is something I want to show you later today, a service that I have been using for the last few years now, and it really helps with keeping us on track, helping me and my lifestyle. I hate grocery shopping, so this is just a wonder for that. When I do grocery shop, always shop online, so it's a balance. But my day has started off with a coffee, which I'm drinking. Well, I'm nearly done now. An iced coffee, which you would have seen me make, and most days of mine do start off with a coffee. That's a story for another day, and it's not for the reasons that most people have a coffee, I actually have it for what I want to say health reasons. I think I've touched upon cluster headaches before. And if you want me to do like a dedicated video about it, let me know. But I have caffeine or a coffee to help me with the symptoms and to manage that condition. So yeah, I've nearly drank this now. I'm gonna get started with my day, or like continue my emails, and I will touch base with you when I next pick up a snack or something to eat. And I forgot to add, always have water. I always try to drink like 2 liters of water a day. Most days I drink 1.5. I do try to be a bit more mindful about making sure I get my H2O. I've just popped out to grab a salad from Farmer J. I do not have time to eat it now, actually, so I'm gonna just pop it in the microwave or the oven so it stays fairly warm, because I've got one task to do before 1, then I've got a meeting at 1, and then 1:30 I will finally get to eat it. It's now 12:30. But yeah, I went for something different today. I went for like salmon as opposed to some of the other things I get. So let me quickly show you. What I ended up going for today was actually way more expensive than what I usually get. So quickly to show you, it was $12.95. Essentially got some salmon with some grains, some mac and cheese, and then this amazing sort of almond Caesar salad with kale, green beans. It's a really filling lunch, so I'm gonna enjoy that. So guys, I wanted to talk to you about a subscription service I've been using. Let me just grab the box and I can show you and walk you through it. I wanted to talk through this box that I've received. So yeah, I wanted to share realistic what I eat in a day video with you all from someone who has, you know, a huge responsibility where a big part of the day is you know, is work time, and it just means there's less time for cooking, there's less time for all of that stuff. And I'm sure most of you that work, you know, full time and have corporate jobs, but also, you know, other roles which are full time requiring you to be outside of your home, or, you know, busy working for like a long period of time. Cooking is one of the last things you want to think about. Well, it is for me anyway. As much as I do enjoy cooking, I don't love doing it during weekdays. And in fact, I used to like cooking once upon a time, but for the last few years I just hate it. I hate it with a passion, and I find that services like Gousto are amazing. So I'm about to show you what I order from Gousto. Now, I am a subscriber. I've been subscribed to Gousto for over 2 years now, and what I do is, the way I like to use it is, I will do Gousto for 2 or 3 months on end, on repeat, and then I take a small break. Usually that's timed around holidays. So I'll take a break for a month or 2 months, and then I'll, you know, return and subscribe again for a few months, then once again take a break. And I do that for 2 reasons. One being, you know, I go away quite often. I haven't really gone away this year as much, but I go often, you know, every quarter. So I like to have a routine with my cooking. And then when I go on holiday, I obviously stop the subscription, or I pause it, and then I restart it when I come back and get into the swing of things. I find Gousto is fuss-free in terms of you not having to do that weekly grocery shop. You can literally get by with just a Gousto box if you plan all your meals around it. I personally book 4 meals via Gousto, which means my other meals are often eaten out. So either I'm at work and I'm buying a salad, or I'm eating out, or I'm doing Deliveroo, which I'm trying to cut down on the Deliveroo bit. Now, I'm going to walk through what's in this box, but I just wanted to share with you my kind of routine when it comes to Gousto, how I use Gousto, and how I found it. And overall, I can say I really, really love it. One thing I wanted to show you and mention is that I've used Gousto for such a long time. I've accumulated a sort of recipe book, and the months where I don't use Gousto, if I'm in London and I'm, you know, here present cooking, I will go to my folder and I will just buy the ingredients again and redo the recipes. But in the months where I you know, I don't necessarily want to do that, I will just resubscribe to Gousto. Let me show you what's inside this box. Alexa, stop! Let me show you what's inside this box, how it comes packaged, and also the little folder that I was talking about. So this is the folder I'm talking about. As you can see, we have so many recipes here, ranging from, you know, cheesy corn with gochujang potatoes, you know, from potato topped broccoli and cheddar pie, you know, to one pot cheesy haddock and leek chowder. Like, honestly, so many things. Golden paneer katti rolls, mild paneer curry. Like, honestly, there's so many. The way I do my Gousto box is I do usually 80% vegetarian and 1 or 2 non-vegetarian recipes, and usually those are fish. So personally, I don't necessarily buy chicken or beef or anything like that from Gousto. I tend to keep the recipes I do as vegetarian and 1 or 2 fish, and that's just personal preference. But there's so much in here. Like, you can see, you've got the recipe, and then on the other side of the card, you have like all the instructions. So it's so foolproof. You know, it gives you all the ingredients here on the sort of the card, the recipe card. And then it has all the ingredients in steps. It's just so easy to use. And as you can see, I've accumulated quite a few recipes and I have 4 more in this box. So let's open the box together. Now I'm just resting the box on a bin here, and I think it's going to be the best way to show you what's inside. So let's open this little baby up. Also, I'm sitting in the sun, which is like not the best because, you know, it's getting hot in here, guys. So here, as you can see, these are the recipe cards for this month. I got a smoky bean tacos recipe. I got this vegetarian sort of hot dog, these noodles, and this chowder style. So as I said, I usually go for 4 recipes. So the recipes come packaged really nicely. One side you have the produce, and on the other side you have the stuff that needs to remain cool. So it's packaged really nicely with these easy sort of freezy, I think they're called, ice packs, which keep everything in here cool. So technically these have a time of around, I think, 6 hours, where you can if you're not at home, don't worry, your goods are going to stay cool or frozen or, you know, cold. So in here we have things like cheese, you know, the proteins, the here I've got the 2 vegetarian hot dogs, things like the guac, things like this. So this is like a brand called Holy Moly, come pre-prepared, but then obviously everything else are pretty much just the ingredients, the bread, etc. So that is one side. And then on the other side over here, you essentially have all the produce. So I've got all the green beans, I've got the broccoli, you know, or everything comes packaged. So you've got all the ingredients, you know, the leeks, etc. And then at the bottom you also have things like the tinned items. And then you get a bag like this with all the sort of condiments. And here you have things like the paste, you know, the sort of seasonings. Here is dried chili flakes, things like ground cumin. So all the sort of spices come packaged. And you also, you know, as you can see, you have all of them here. So if you've got like a soy sauce, a vinegar, a, you know, garlic and ginger paste, you know, all of that, it comes all readily done in here. Things like the mustard, like all pre-packaged in the portions and the amounts that you need. So honestly, so perfect. Of course, we've got the mayo. Let me add vegan mayo. So I'm going to leave my codes here for you guys. I'm going to just get them written down on the screen. I will also leave them down below in the description. Gousto for me has been a game changer. It's changed the way I shop. It's changed the way I eat. The sort of meals are quite healthy and they're portioned. So if you want something that is, you know, low calories, you can opt for that. If you want something that's more meaty, you can opt for that. If you want something that's vegetarian, you can opt for that. Et voila! And this took me about 25 minutes to cook up. As you can see, everything was made from scratch bar the guacamole. When Gousto includes branded items, then they come pre-packaged as they are. And it was just a lovely, lovely meal. I had 2 of these small taco type wraps, whatever you want to call them, and they were honestly so flavorful, so delicious, you know, homemade, a bit of veg, a bit of protein, you know, a bit of crunch, a bit of healthy fats with the avo, and honestly a really good wholesome meal. So I don't often go for smoothies after dinner, but on this particular day, I was craving something sweet, yet something healthy. And I found that having frozen berries with a little bit of coconut milk, or shall I say a lot of coconut milk, a little bit of honey, really does hit the spot. This is me just removing all those berry bits. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye everyone.